Morning, everyone. So, thanks for joining this wonderful webinar about the software ESPRIT EDGE along with the NC Simul. So, I hope my voice is audible to everyone. So, today we are going to see the topic about the digital manufacturing along with ESPRIT EDGE automation and the NC Simul code verification. In today's world, so the main thing we are going to talk about is the 5-axis strategy, what is available inside the ESPRIT EDGE latest version. So 5-axis toolpath, it's the bottleneck for many aerospace and defense sectors, and not even that particular industry, and also the general machining sectors also. It is a very bottleneck area. So, but when we use the ESPRIT EDGE software, how it is going to helpful to reduce the programming time and to get the acquired or the required tool part what they wanted to achieve in the real CNC machine. Okay. And myself Shaukat, I am from Hexagon. I have been working as a product specialist for NC Simul, and then ESPRIT EDGE also recently I have got taken. And I have been more than 15 years of experience in the CNC machining, completely handled with real CNC machines, and then the programming and software programming. So it's a small intro about myself. Okay, let's get started into the subject matters. All right. So I just shared my screen. I think my screen is visible to everyone. It's great. So in Hexagon, we have a multiple products with respect to the applications. But today's webinar, we have taken a topic about the smart 5-axis machining and AI-driven automation. And for this topic, especially ESPRIT EDGE is one of the best suitable software. And the capabilities of ESPRIT EDGE is, the background of ESPRIT EDGE. It's a 40 years old software. It's not a new software, and worldwide there are multiple customers are using across different industries. In India also we have very good customer bases in all various sectors like medical, aerospace, defense, general machining, general engineering, oil and gas. So we used to have multiple set of customers for the software ESPRIT EDGE. And this is the only software which is capable of catering from 2-axis to up to 22 axis. It is, 3-axis machining, multi-axis machining, multitask machines, sliding head machines. This is the only software which can support all range of machines, and the post processor also it's readily available to start using from day one itself. Okay, this is a small introduction about the ESPRIT EDGE. Okay, let's come to the agenda. So today we are going to see about the 5-axis toolpath strategy and AI-driven automation. So what are all the tool parts which are available inside the ESPRIT EDGE for especially for 5-axis, and how this automation or AISS is going to helpful to reduce the programming time. So this is what we are going to see today. So let's see this the tool part strategies which is available, like composite, swath, impeller, port machining, contouring, remachining, channel milling, spiral finishing, circle segment finishing, and deburring. So we have a lot of options inside this, which with respect to the particular machining strategy or machining applications, we can directly pick that option inside the HCAM's ESPRIT EDGE software, and then we can start creating the toolpath. So these are all ready-made solutions which is available inside ESPRIT EDGE, and we will see that. We will see some of the toolpaths, how the 5-axis toolpaths it's going to helpful for this. And also we can see the automation as well. What are all the latest AI innovations happened in ESPRIT EDGE, and how it is going to helpful for the programmers, the new programmers or the experienced programmers to reduce the programming time. So ESPRIT EDGE will have a version every year. We used to update 3 to 4 times about the versions. So already we have released 2026.1. This is the latest update for 2026.2. So this is a Copilot execute. So it will extend the Copilot capabilities beyond recommendations and subject matter expertise. And also it will enable the execution of ESPRIT EDGE commands using natural language prompts. For example, if you want to import any 3D model and if you want to import any fixture, so if you just type it, so it will directly go to the particular location and it will import the model into the ESPRIT EDGE environment. These are all some, I'm just given some basic example. So there are a lot of functions background behind that. So this is the basic thing I just explained how the Copilot is working so that people can understand easily. Okay, this is how the Copilot is going to help them. There are a lot of searching terms we used to do when we create the programming, but this Copilot really helpful, and this will save a lot of our times. Okay. So the benefits of this is it will reduce the learning curve for the new programmers, and also it will accelerate the part programming as well. Okay. So the mainly we have the criteria like who needs it. So the new ESPRIT EDGE users unfamiliar with the part workflows, they can start by using the Copilot and they can get the things very sooner. They don't want to search here and there to get it done the work sooner. And also it will help them for the experienced users seeking enhanced productivity. If they are doing programming, maybe like they're taking 30 minutes or 40 minutes, if they are using this Copilot execute, they can reduce the programming time drastically by 50%. In that perspective also, it is really going to help them. So this is one video, and it will just show how the Hexagon Copilot execution is going to happen. Just watch this video. It's like 1 or 2 minutes video. So here inside the ESPRIT software, you will get the Copilot execution tab separately. So this is nothing but our chatbot. Whatever the questions, whatever the queries we are having, we can type in this chatbot, and this will really help to execute our queries. So here you can see there is a message we are going to type. Load this part, and we are just giving the location. So you don't need to go to the part. You can just give the location, load this part. You are giving the location, see some program file location. Once you give that, it will directly go to the location and it will import the model into the ESPRIT EDGE. Yeah, you can see here. So these are all some basic things which can be helpful, for the new programmers or the experienced programmers to enhance their productivity. And also you can do further executions also. Set the nexus material for part 1 aluminum. So we have some automation inside based on the material selection. If you type those commands, so the background execution will start happening. And within maybe maximum 50 to 40 to 50 seconds, the next execution will happen. It depends on the query, what we wanted to exactly achieve. In case if that having some questions, like then the AI Copilot will ask those questions and we will answer them. So we are just typing what is your load this machine, load this picture, everything. We are just typing and we are just giving the location. So once you give everything, this is the command prompt we have given to the Copilot. Then automatically the execution will happen. Yeah. Yeah, this is how it will work. The Copilot will work. And also you can upload the workpiece, and also you can upload the fixture, everything, stock material. So So far we have seen the hexagon Copilot features. Whatever the commands you are entering, based on the commands, it will do the execution at the back end, and you will see the result. The next thing is run ProPlan AI. The ProPlan AI, it's an automation AI assist. So based on the database or the best strategies available in our database, the ProPlan AI will help them to implement the strategies. Only thing is the feature recognition is required. So ESPRIT EDGE has a feature recognition software. So it will recognize the feature from the 3D model. Based on the 3D model, the execution will happen. So I will just show you that. Yeah, once the workpiece, fixture, machine, everything as set. So we can ask any questions like, create a pocket feature with the face selected, and create a wall feature with the side face selected. Any questions if you ask, it will do that automatically. You don't need to uh, do it completely on manual. In case if you stuck somewhere, this Copilot will definitely assist you what to do next. So in that perspective, so it is kind of our first point of contact to get the immediate support. So now the feature has been created, some pocket feature. So we have given the options to in the Copilot. Copilot has helped now create the feature. Now we are saying run ProPlan AI on the selection features. So ProPlan AI, it's a automation, it's a AI automation inside ESPRIT EDGE. So once you run ProPlan AI on the selected feature, so the feature will work at the background, and the toolpath also will be generated automatically. So in this section, I just want, you can see the toolpath has been generated in that left side also, rough general packet and finished general packet. So roughing operations as well as finishing operations has been generated over here. Then you can directly create the toolpath. You can see this process from the initial to the final toolpath and then the simulation stage. So nothing has been created manually. So it is like, you are importing the part, you are importing the fixture, importing the, selecting the tool, creating the feature. Everything is happened based on the commands you have entered in the Copilot. So this is how the ESPRIT EDGE automation of ProPlan AI and the Copilot will work together to get it done without any manual intervention. So only thing is we should know what we have to achieve. So once you are clear with your strategy, and you can execute the same in the software itself. So you can see the simulation after that. In case if there's any changes required, you can edit the toolpath and you can do that. So since it is already a proven database, you don't need to do any NC code. So after this, you can type like, post NC code for this post, and you can save it in this particular location. We are giving the location for the post also. So it will directly go to the folder, and then it will select the post processor. And finally, it will generate the NC code like this. Yeah. So this is completely a workflow of the ProPlan AI and then Hexagon Copilot, how it is really going to helpful to reduce the manual intervention. And even though if we stuck at somewhere, we can use the Copilot. This is the thing I wanted to execute. So they will give some suggestions. Based on that, we will do, continue our programming. Fine. So these are all some features, some advantages we had in the ESPRIT EDGE 2026.2. So optimization of cutting conditions, and then 5-axis composite new patterns. So we have that dynamic cutting condition. We have introduced the dynamic cutting optimization. It will adapt the cutting conditions to machining context. For example, it brings the shorter cycle time and better tool life. Already in ESPRIT EDGE, we have the features called profit milling. The profit milling will be removed more material, and it will reduce the cycle time, and also it will increase the tool life as well. The similar way, in that cutting conditions also, there is optimization based on the surface, based on the profile. The tool path will get automatically changed. Suppose if you see in this first image, it is not having the same toolpath, engagement. So first surface having some broader surface, you can see the broader toolpath. Next is step one surface is having some smarter shorter. Here you can have the maybe 40% lesser than that toolpath step over, and the smaller one is having more step over. So based on the area where you wanted to machine, so that cutting conditions will be optimized automatically. That is what we have introduced in the latest version of ESPRIT EDGE 2026.2. And also when it comes for 5-axis composite new patterns, this update introduced the new measuring patterns that expands the range of plot driven toolpath, enabling simpler workflow and greater control. Sometimes we used to have that, contour variable offset, open flow, central pass variable offset. These are all the commands which we use for some composite areas, because composite area, it's not like the left side image. So you can have the different profiles with respect to the part. So the multiple 3D profiles also involved in that. In that perspective, in that scenario, these new patterns will definitely helpful to get a clear toolpath, and also you can expect a very good finish also in that you can get. This is some of the latest updates we are having. And this is what the dynamic cutting optimization of the profit milling. So I just explained this, what are all the benefits you can get. And it will generally give the more efficient machining time. It will reduce the cycle time and longer tool life. I just explained this. So let me go on. So this is dynamic cutting optimization of profit milling. So you can see that the material removal rate, so the MRR consistency. So the first one is, the depth-driven optimization off. So when this dynamic cutting optimization is off, you will get the cycle time for one pocket operation. You can consider it's 1 minute, 1 hour, 27 minutes. But when this dynamic cutting optimization is on, the cycle time has been drastically reduced by 20.6%, and then you can get the cycle time with 1 hour 9 minutes. So these are all some benefits we can use with the latest feature introduction of ESPRIT EDGE. And the same way for this 5-axis composite with the new open flow and hybrid buttons. Yeah. So now we have seen so far about the ESPRIT EDGE new features, what is available, and then how it is going to help them. So as I mentioned in the first slide, so we have different 5-axis strategies, like channel, swath, and then the impeller. So this I will show some workflow and then the ESPRIT EDGE the files, so that you can easily understand how it is easy to create the programming, and how the expected the toolpath also you are easily achieving through these options features. So this is the software UI UX interface. So I'm just going to load the part. Okay.
Sagar sir, screen is not visible.
Okay. Is that visible now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the ESPRIT EDGE UI UX interface. So let me open one part. Okay. Channel roughing. Okay. So this is the one part which is already created the toolpath. So if you see at the top in that milling, so we have the individual operations like facing, pocketing, and then the contouring, deburring. These are all some basic, 2-axis and 3-axis profile, which is available inside ESPRIT EDGE. And when it comes for free form, mostly this is the free options which we useful for the 5-axis machining. And you can see at the top here, composite milling, swap machining, 5-axis contouring, remachining, channel milling, impeller, 5-axis spiral finishing, and we have that both the roughing and finishing. And similarly, we have the port roughing and port finishing, and circle segment finishing, and deburring. So these are all some dedicated cycles which is available for the 5-axis. So whenever we wanted to do any 5-axis part, so with respect to, so this will cover the almost 100% of that machining requirement, because mostly when we are doing that impeller part, you can directly go to this impeller. When we are doing the channel, you can go to directly the channel milling. So if you take this part, this is a channel milling. So in that channel milling, we have that, uh, roughing operations also you can get, and then finishing operations. So first we have done the roughing operations. So if I open the cycle, you can see that. So this is the tabs which is available, and the data is also, it's very it's not like very complicated, or it's very user friendly. People can easily given the data. It's a very straightforward data. So it's general. So we just need to enter the parameters and what is your work offset transformation. Do you want RTCP or not? So every data you can select it, and then the toolpath also you can select it, how much tolerance you wanted to achieve, and geometry. So basically we need a surface so to create any toolpath. So for that, to create a surface in ESPRIT EDGE, we have that options to create any surface. With that surface, you can select the area. So by ruled features or by surfaces, you can see here that yellow color, we have already created the surface. With that, we have created the toolpath. And the links. So link is like how you wanted to approach entry, exit, and what is the clearance you wanted to have. And if there is any collision, tool detection collision also, you can make it as activate. And if there is any user parameters, that is also we can add it over here. So this is completely inside a strategy. If you select any particular toolpath strategy like a channel milling, you can have these are all multiple options, but very minimal input. So the main advantage of this ESPRIT EDGE is, so you can use the minimal input to achieve your toolpath. It is not like much complex like other softwares I used to say. So you wanted to do channel milling, you can directly go to the channel milling options and you can enter that data. But we have some criteria before that. You have to create the features. But those things and all, it's very easy. It's not much complicated. There is the option in the geometry or the modeling option there. Here, whatever the features or surfaces we wanted to create, we can easily create. Even for surfaces also, we have a lot of options like to create the surfaces. So in those perspective, the toolpath creation, it's very easy, and quickly you will get the required toolpath what you wanted to get it. So channel milling, as I said, I just gone into the select the channel milling. I have entered all the parameters, whatever it is required, and then once you click OK, you will get the toolpath and the simulation. Maybe this is yeah. This is ours fume sound 50. For the better simulation, you can hide or you can make it transparent. Let me click the simulation. So the graphics of this, ESPRIT EDGE is also, it's very clean. So you can see that the real, what you said, that the clean and perfect toolpath simulation. And another plus point for the ESPRIT Edge is, we have that post processor library. So generally, if you want to create any toolpath for the newer machines, like, sometimes the post processor we need to, we have the provider, CAM provider has to build it. And then if there is any issues or any modification in the post processor, they have to work it. But in ESPRIT, we have the dedicated post processor which is available in our library, and we have more than almost 25,000-30,000 post processor which is already available, which is ready to use. It is not like any modifications or anything is required. You can directly download from the portal and we can start using that post processor. So right now we have seen some collisions. If there is any collisions in the toolpath occur, means then we can easily see that and go to the strategy and you can modify that. You can see here at the end, we can see. So you can directly go to the toolpath and you can modify to avoid that. Fine. Let me just open some other part. This is the channel milling, and okay, 5-axis remachine program. You can see this profile. So this profile and then the toolpath which is creating, it's not quite easier, but in ESPRIT Edge we have make it as easier, and it is able to achieve the surface finish also. That is what the toolpath creation is not a matter, but the toolpath, how it is really going to help them to achieve the better surface finish. That's very important in that. So when you have the direct options of making any impeller or any blade machining, any port machining, so when you have that, the direct cycles, instead of using some other roughing cycles, 5-axis roughing cycles, it will be really helpful to achieve your better results. And most of the time we used to struggle a lot with creating the work planes. But in ESPRIT Edge, the work plane will be created automatically, which means based on the feature or based on the machining side, you wanted to create a toolpath. So it will create automatically. And you can use your complete 3D holders, 3D tool hole holders, and then any special form tools or the barrel cutters, you can create inside the ESPRIT Edge, or you can use the 3D model so that you can get the same, you can compare the same output, what is really going to happen on the machine. So if you use any different tool over here, and if you're using different tools on the real CNC machine, that will not be, the same comparison. So better, whatever the holders or whatever the tools or inserts which is you are going to use on the real CNC machine, the same you can create over in the ESPRIT Edge as well. And also you will see the toolpath simulation, so that we will not get any surprises during the real CNC machine. So I'm just showing you this kind of, tool parts and the simulation. The thing is, whatever the complex parts or any complex profile, how this ESPRIT Edges, really help them to achieve those areas, and, to reduce your programming time. Because we have done most of the, impellers, and then blade machinings, and then for some port machinings. So inside port machinings and all, we have done a lot of projects along with the Kennametal and Seco. So in that perspective, ESPRIT Edge is having the strong toolpath strategy creation, and the output also will be like, we are getting the amazing output, and the finish also, it's really a good finishing. I will just open the cycle. So the cycle edition, and then these options, the strategy editing also, it's very easy. It's not much complicated, and you can create the toolpath with respect to the 2D feature, 2D the profile wireframe, and then the 3D wireframe or the 3D surfaces. We can extract everything from the 3D model, and we can start create the toolpath with those options. Let me just open one impeller part, which has done in the Grob machine, G352 machine. Yeah. So now you can see the. So this is having very, the blades, very close blades, and then the pitches also, it's very near to that. So this is like tricky part. It's not like, easier part. We have to achieve this, what do you call, the very thin surfaces with the profile, the one, it's not like straight one. And also it's not an easy job to achieve it. So in ESPRIT Edge, we have the option in the free form, that is directly the impeller machining. So with that options, you can just select the curve, guided curve, or the ruled feature, and create the tool path. Just show the simulation over here. Operations, yeah. So this is a complete roughing, semi-finishing, and then this is for a splitter, this is for blade, this is a splitter, and this is complete that inner area finishing, semi-finishing, finishing. So you can create whatever the tool parts for with respect to any kind of impellers. We have the ready-made solution available to do that. Let me just show one simulation for that. So I'll just I'll make it a little bit transparent. Okay. Yes. So in the right side, you can see what is the spindle feed rate, and whether it's in the motion is feed or rapid, and XYZ motions. So this is like a complete roughing toolpath. So it will do all the plates, number of whatever the number of plates it will have any. So I just wanted to show the toolpath and the simulation, how you can easily create, and how you can easily see it in ESPRIT Edge. So the main intention is, we wanted to show what are the capabilities of ESPRIT Edge, and what are the options are available inside the ESPRIT Edge to get your 5-axis toolpath, to get it done very easily. And one more thing, ESPRIT Edge, it is not only for the 5-axis, and also for the multitasking machines, when people are having double turret machines, and then double spindle, the main spindle, sub spindle, lower turret, upper turret. In those perspective, also ESPRIT Edge is very strong footpath when it comes for toolpath creation, and also the post processor. Because in our library, so we used to work with all machine tool builders. So our R&D team, our ESPRIT post R&D team will work with all machine tool builders, like DNC, Mazak, whatever the global providers and also the Indian machine tool providers. And we will prove the part, we will prove the post. We will sit inside the factory of DMG, we will sit inside the factory of Mazak, and we will work with them, and we will prove the post inside the factory, and we will produce as a certified post processor. That is how ESPRIT is having very strong base in that. And those who are using ESPRIT, they don't need to edit any single thing, because many of the things are, it's already proven things. So you don't need to make any changes in the post processor. That is how we used to create, and we used to strong in that. Actually, post process creation also, ESPRIT has a very strong footpath. So far we have seen that machining milling based segment. So I'll just show on Integrex as well. Spiral rough finish. Yeah. Yeah. So this is one of the Integrex part. Let me change the machine. This is a sample machine which we have. So I will change this machine to Mazak Integrex i200. So far we have seen that vertical 5-axis and horizontal 5-axis. This is the Integrex 5-axis toolpath. So I just wanted to show the different variant as well. So this kind of the blades, single blades and multi blades, so many 5-axis customers are using that. So to create the toolpath. So with that spiral roughing, we can easily create in ESPRIT Edge. So this is a complete simulation. You can see the settings, everything. I will just show the simulation. So these kind of toolpaths and all, when it comes for that, you can directly go to the spiral roughing, because spiral roughing image itself will clearly explain you. So this is especially for this kind of profile. So there are a lot of self-learning tools are available inside the ESPRIT Edge options. Even you can go with the help option also, will give you a lot of things. Anyway, so the customer, those who are already using our software, they might having that help documents with them. And along with that, the new feature, what I have said, the ProPlan AI, and then the Copilot, this is also going to enhance their productivity. And reduce the programming time. So this is what the new benefit is really going to helpful for them. And apart from that, we wanted to show one more product called the NC Simul. So the NC Simul, which is basically a G code verification software. So let me just stop sharing the screen. Yeah. So far we have seen the ESPRIT EDGE, the toolpath creation software, and then what are all the advantages over the 5-axis machining. And when you have the parts like impeller or a soft machining or the channel or the spiral blade, whatever the parts you are having, how you can easily create the toolpath, and then how it is going to helpful for you to reduce the programming time. And the second software now we are going to say called it's a NC Simul. So this is basically a G code verification software. So generally we have a thought like what I'm going to check the simulation in the CAM software itself. So why do I need the separate software G code verification for that? So basically, whatever the toolpath we are creating inside the software, CAM software, and the output we are going to get as a G code input. So that is the input we are going to provide to our real CNC machine. In case if there is any issues or any single line errors in the G code, so that will directly affect our machining. It may cause the accident. It may cause any tool breakage, so on. So there are so many parameters there. So it is always it's a safe process method to validate our G code so that there won't be any issues during the real programming time. So now we used to say a lot of like digital manufacturing and multiple, everything is we used to say digital, but why don't we save our machine and why don't we save our tooling where, before we press the cycle start button on the CNC machines. So in that perspective, NC Simul is really going to be a bridge for that between the programmer and the operator. They can validate, the both of them can validate their program before they start the CNC machining. Basically, it will improve the productivity, minimize the risk, and reduce the downtime. So I will take it up quick note. So what is the best advantages, and I will also show the interfaces between the NC Simul and the ESPRIT EDGE and other CAM softwares as well. So this is general reality on the shop floor, like how we are going to spend, how every day they are spending machine hours in their shop floors. Sometimes the inaccurate cycle time estimation, sometimes it runs occupy valuable machine availability, and suboptimal cutting conditions lead to wasted time. So these are all the daily machine hours spent time we used to do in our shop floor every day. So, but how NC Simul is going to help them to increase the productivity? So it will increase the parts per hour through toolpath optimization. In NC Simul, it will not only validate your program, it is having one more option called optimization that will definitely reduce your program cycle time, and you can minimize the risk to prevent production because if you find any errors before the real machining happens, so you can easily save a lot of time, and when the time is saving means obviously it is going to save the money as well. And you can reduce the waste from damaged parts or tools or machines. Suppose if any issue is going to make some accident in your machines, if you find before it runs on the real CNC machine, you can save your tool parts and even the machines as well. Because machine is a capital investment, nobody wants to do any errors. So it is really safeguard for your serial CNC machines. And you can reduce the setup times through better shop documentation, and you can also reduce run-in times for higher productivity. See, basically, this software, it's going to help them to safeguard your machine, reduce your setup time. If there is any new part you are going to prove, you can reduce the part prove time as well, and also you can increase you can reduce the cycle time. So these are all the major things we have to focus why we need this NC Simul. So there's some value proposition we have. It's a universal compatibility. See, this is a true digital twin we are having, and it's a faster time to part. It will eliminate all the prove and reduce setup and cycle times. It will maximize the machine uptime and operator efficiency. So whatever the data we have to take, it is a data-driven decisions. We can analyze these documents and we can take that. And it's a scalable integration, seamlessly connect with the existing CAD/CAM and PLM workflows. Okay. So, okay. Now we may have some questions. For example, I'm already spending 1 hour in my CAM programming time. Okay. So again, if I'm going to add one more software, how much time I need to spend? So in NC Simul, you don't need to create anything new from the scratch. Basically, we need a data for NC Simul. It's like, CAD model for your part. You can show over here. Your part model, stock model, fixture model, tool library, NC program. This is the data required to create any simulation project. So from where we can get this data? Because we have already created or used all this data in our CAM software. So we can get the data from the CAM software with the help of interface. I will show one small demo how the interface is going to take the data from your existing CAM to NC Simul. Okay, I will show that one demo so you can easily understand that. And once it get the data, only the machine we will build from the NC Simul. We have to add it, and it will validate, simulate, and the comparison, and you can do the optimization as well. So once it is done, so you can directly send the program to the shop floor without any hesitation, without any fear. Because a lot of programmers, even though if they create the program, if they have checked anything, they may have some fear inside that the program has to proven without any error. So this software will give you the confidence to the programmer and also will give you the clarity to the operator. Okay, how if I press the cycle chart, how I'm my tool change is going to happen, how the first operation completed, what will be the my part will look like. So everything will be visualized before they do actually. So digitally verify everything before you go to the real world. So this is how the CAM interfaces is going to work. So NC Simul is having interface with the multiple CAM softwares, almost like a 15, 16 softwares. It has an interface like along with that our Hexagon, ESPRIT EDGE, HCAM, and then Work and See. So along with that, whatever the other softwares we have, it has a CAM interface with that. So what I will do now, let me just show you one simulation interfaces along with the ESPRIT EDGE and the NC Simul. And you can see what is the real simulation which is going to happen in your shop floor. I hope my screen is visible. Okay. So now you can see this is the one spiral roughing operation is there. So we have a picture, we have the stock part, and we have the finished part. Everything is here. So you can see here there is a NC Simul interface at the top. So it will come in the all the CAM softwares. Once we install the NC Simul software, the NC Simul icon will come inside the CAM software. I just click that NC Simul interface. This is the interface screen. So this screen is going to help us to export the data from from ESPRIT EDGE to NC Simul. Okay. So here we can select the folders in which folder you have machines. So now I just select the folder, and you can give any project name, and you can select the machines, the model, and which is selected automatically. You don't need to select manually. The fixtures and the part model, stock model, everything is automatically detected. And the tool library also. So whatever the tools you have used, you can directly export the tool. You can export your work of offset data and program. So once you set everything here, you just need to select send to NC Simul. That's it. So here you can see the data export is happening. Yeah, it's yes. So you can see this machine is from NC Simul, but rest all data from the ESPRIT Edge. I would say if you go to the setup, this is the part we have extract picture data. This is our stock, and this is our part, and including the offset. Everything has been exported from CAM. We have not exported anything in the manually. So you know the time how much it took to export the data. Sometimes if there is some bigger parts, it may take little bit, but it may not take more time, like 30 minutes or 20 minutes like that. It will take some time, but it will be quickly transfer all your data. This is the part model, stock model, picture model, and also I would show the tool library. Yes, this is a tool which we created inside the ESPRIT Edge, not be in the NC Simulator. So whatever the tools you have created, you can directly export it. You don't need to do any single changes. So before you send this program to the shop floor, you can easily verify your program, because we know that the main input of our real CNC machine is our NC program. If there is any single mistake, it will directly affect. It will directly, affect the multiple things. The part becomes scrap. That machine will become accident. It will be a downtime. So many things will happen that. So we can avoid everything once you verify the program in NC symbol. So this is what we used to call the real simulation, because simulation, yeah, of course, I agree with that. That is a tool path simulation. You can get it from your CAM software, but the tool path, after you select your post processor and generate your NC, and that NC is going to be a real simulation on your CNC machine. So we should understand what is the real simulation and what is the tool path simulation. Real simulation is nothing but our G code based simulation, and whatever the simulation we are seeing inside the CAM software, that is a toolpath simulation. So it is not like our post processor will make some mistakes, so we can easily find it. It's not like that. Our post process is really good, but still we don't want to do any unwanted accidents, or we don't want to make any single mistake. So even one line of a program will also make a huge impact in the real CNC machining. So we wanted to avoid that such circumstances, so that we wanted to have the simulation software. It will really help them to check the complete program, and you can validate it, and you can verify it. You can send this document to the operator also. See, this is the program, this is the simulation, so there won't be any surprises. You can run the program. You need to take the offset, you need to select the proper right tool, whatever I have mentioned in the program. Then you can run the program. It will not create any single issues. Sometimes there are a lot of discussions happening between the programming team and then the operating team. Operator will say, no, I did everything right, there is issue in the program. Programmer will say, I have done everything, there is operator has did something. So this is kind of foolproof solution. Both of them can agree, and they don't want, there is no data loss. Whatever is if you are argumenting something, it should be based on the data. If you have a data, you can easily show them, this is what I did and everything I have validated. There is no issues in the program. So this is really going to be a because I know a lot of industries are using some competitor softwares as well, but NC Simul, it's having a very good interface with all the CAM softwares, and it's a value proposition as well, and it is really going to save your save machines which you have invested in crores, and without validating many of the many of the software situations, the scenario has been happened, like accident have happened, some due to the program mistake the part became scrap. This might have happened in the previously, but the people still ignore those situations, and they keep working in the same pace. So we can avoid those situations. Whatever the cam you are using, validate your program. That is the best way of practice, and you can safeguard your tool and machine, and also you will reduce the machine breakdown time. You can keep running the machine, you can up to 90-95% and get the output without any distractions. Okay. So the working of NC Simul also, it's very easy. The training also will not require those who are already using already a programmer. It will not take much time. Maybe like 1 or 2 days, they can easily get to know with the workflow how the NC Simul is going to work, because our toolpath creation mostly is going to happen with the ESPRIT EDGE. So we used to think a lot, what is the parameters we have to use, what is the tool we have to select for this machining. So these are all the things we used to consider in the ESPRIT side only. So NC Simul, we are just ensuring everything, whatever we did, it's in a right path. And that is what we are going to do that. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, Hexagon is a complete digital manufacturing solutions. It starts from the CAD software. We used to have a designer, and the CAM software we have ESPRIT EDGE, and simulation software we have NC Simul. We have a complete end-to-end solution. It is available, and as I said, yeah. So the post process also, maybe I will take another 2 minutes. I will just show the post processor. Just to give me a moment. So yeah, I think it's available. Okay. Yes. Here, this is our machine digital package. It means post processor library. In ESPRIT, you can see all the machines. So most of the machines, you can see the library. It starts from whatever, some machines you might have heard, some machines you might not have heard so far. So if you take the common like Mazak, Harco, and then DMG Mori, and then Makino, and then what do you call that? Nakamura, Horse Machines, Okuma, OKK, and then Citizen, Star Machines, Sugami Machines, and Roders Machine, Heller Machine, and then Grob Machines. I would say like maximum whatever it is, you can see here. We have a complete post processor library. These are all, they can ready to use immediately. It is not like something you can download and you need to modify something. No, it's not like that. It's completely uh, proven post processor. The people can start using from the day one. Very minor changes is required. If it is like any new machine has been introduced, we have created for 1 year back, so maybe any little modifications maybe that we can do it in ourselves. So you can see the library here. So this is the library we are having with all the post processor. This is one of our strong point why ESPRIT is leading in all the cam industries. Okay, so this is what. So in today's webinar, we have seen that what are all the 5-axis strategy available inside the ESPRIT, and with respect to different applications. So each applications is having, you can see here, in terms of impeller or channel or remachining. So if you take about each topic, it will take much time. But our ultimate agenda is how ESPRIT, what is the ESPRIT, what is the capability of ESPRIT, and how the automation is going to drive in the future. What automation is available inside the ESPRIT. We have explained about this Copilot as well as this ProPlan AI, and also we have shown the complete digital verification through NC Simul, how NC Simul is going to help them to safeguard or to protect your machine and to validate your program. and to increase your machine uptime, and then to reduce your machine downtime. So everything it's all connected to that. And what if I missed anything? No, I think I have covered most of the things. And not only for the 5-axis, in 3-axis also we have a lot of automations. The quickly toolpath generations also it's available with the ESPRIT. And definitely it's one of the it's going to be the game changer in the upcoming years. We are very sure about that. And yeah, so I think I have covered most of the things. Maybe if you have any questions or any queries you wanted to check or you wanted to ask, maybe you can put it in the chat. So maybe you can take SQL can take up the questions, and I can answer here itself. Over to you, SQL.
So, is there any query regarding the software? Let me know, sir. So kindly share your feedback in chatbot, and we have shared the feedback poll. Just give us a feedback.
Please mention your feedback so that we will also get to know that where we have focused, where we need to focus more in the upcoming webinars, and any particular topics you wanted to know more. You can type in the chat bot, and then you can reach out to our Cadspro team for any further assistance. For any in-depth demo also we will arrange it. So please feel free to ask your queries. Please feel free to clear your doubts. So just think about it. World is changing every day. We should not be in the same position. We should not be thinking in the same way. What are all the latest advancements is happening in the CNC machining? We should be aware of that, and we should implement in our industries as well. So just think in that perspective, how to avoid the major unwanted things and how to improve the productivity. This is not only for that industry or the business is going to expand. Individual technical capability also it's going to be increased. So it's a win-win situation for the programmer and then the business, the program who is working over there. So in that perspective, you can think and then put your queries. Definitely we will be helping them.
Okay, team. Thank you for joining the webinar. So we will notify for next webinar. We will send you a mail. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Take care.